Well, welcome back to Excel Chapter 1, the textbook assignment. And we're ready to format this worksheet and make it look really nice. So Excel has some great cell styles built in for us that's on a tab up here. So we're going to start with A1 here. And we're going to click in it. We're going to go to our cell styles, and let's look at this dialog box a little. We have some good, bad, and neutral items here. We have a title here for data and model. We have styles for titles and headings, and we have some theme cell styles. So we're working in our headings here. So we're going to want to go ahead and click the title heading, and that makes a really nice title style for us right there in A1. There's other ways that you can also style your cells. You can do those yourself. And so we're going to go ahead and click in A2, and we're going to just change our font in here, and we're going to change it to Cambria. Quick way to find that is to just start typing Cambria in there. And we're going to want to make it just a little bit bigger. We can go right here and we can click 14. So there we go. We've made a style by using the Cell Styles button, or just making our own using the font styles. So we're going to go to our budget worksheet here and click in A1 again. Notice we don't have to be highlighted in everything. We just need to be clicked in the cell. And we're going to go to our font colors here, and we're going to click this first blue accent one. And so we got to change that color there. So now notice how this cell, we want this text, personal budget worksheet, to be centered across our whole table. So to do that, it's really easy, but just a little tricky holding your mouse button down. So you click in A1, you don't click over the whole amount or the whole word, all the words, you just want to click at A1. Okay, when you get there, you need to hold your left mouse button down, keep holding it down, and drag across, highlighting all the cells clear through N. And then you release your mouse button, and then we have this handy dandy button that says Merge and Center. Click on that. It merged all those cells into one and centered our title for us. And you can see this is all A1 if we will look in our name box here. Go ahead and do the same thing here to A2. You have to do these rows separately. We could not have done those together. Merge and center. There we go. Isn't that easy and nice there? While we're here, let's go ahead and make monthly estimates, also the same color of blue. As we continue making our chart look really nice, I want to show one little thing to you. We're going to actually do row 3 now and make our headings across here look nice. If I click on the number 3, like row 3, what happens is you can see the row gets highlighted forever across the spreadsheet. So when you're doing formatting, you don't want to click on the number. You want to just make sure you click on the columns or the rows that you want to put the formatting on, or it will continue across the whole spreadsheet. So we're going to click row 3, A through N, and let's look at our cell styles here. And we're going to want to put this nice heading 1 on there. And so you can see that it gives us a nice bold headings with a blue line underneath them. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to do that on our row 8, the heading for the expense section of our table here, right there. Another really nice style that's built into Excel is the style you want to put where every time you have a total. And we'll go ahead and click on our total row here, highlight it, and if we go to Cell Styles, there under the titles and headings, there's this nice total feature on there. If you click away, it gives you this nice line above the total and a nice double line underneath it indicating that's your final amount. We're going to go ahead and do that on row 17. And again, Cell Styles, total, and then to make our net row 19 stand off from the rest of the table, we're going to highlight it, and we're actually going to go in here to Cell Styles, and we're just give it this nice dark blue color that gives us a white text on top of it, accent 1. Isn't that nice? Okay. Okay, so now to make our rows stand out, we're going to alternate a darker and a lighter shade of blue. So go ahead and highlight row 4, and then we are going to select this accent 20% for that row, and for the dividends we're going to go ahead and do the darker 40%, and you can see that makes that look nice. Another way, so you don't have to completely individually do these rows, what you can do is we're going to go down to rent, and we're going to want it to be the lighter blue. So we can highlight rent. It's every other row that we're going to want to be lighter. So after I highlight this row, I release my mouse. I'm not touching anything. What I'm going to do is before I click on tuition, I'm going to hold my control key down. I'm holding my control key, and I'm going to go ahead and highlight, holding my left mouse across to N. Now I'm going to release everything. I release my mouse, I release my control key. Now I'm going to hold my control key down. I'm going to click on entertainment, and I'm going to highlight across there. Now I'm going to release both my mouse and my control key. Now I'm going to go near gas. I'm going to hold my control key again, click on gas, highlight across. Now that I have every other row highlighted, I can go to cell styles and just click on this accent 20% one time, and look at they're all highlighted. So I'm going to do the same thing now for every other row here to make them the darker color using my control key, so I can select what we call non-adjacent rows or cells. Non-adjacent selection. And this one's the 40%. So there we go. We have a really nicely highlighted table here. So what we need to do next is put some formatting on our numbers. Well, before we go to our numbers, I realize there's one thing I forgot. See the months of the year? They look a lot nicer if like April was centered in this in the column. So again, if we just want to click, we're looking at our months of the year here, click across at our headings in row 3, and then hold our control key down and do the same for our headings in row 8. We can go ahead and just hit our center button and make those nicely centered. Okay, so for dollar signs. In most business uses and tables, you don't put dollar signs on all of your numbers because it just gets so busy. Typically what is done in business is your dollar signs will go on your top row and on your total row. So what we're going to do is we need to add dollar signs to the top row here. We'll just do it first. And a really quick, easy way to do that is to go up here and just click on the dollar sign. Okay, and we get what we call the accounting style of dollar signs, where the dollar sign is off to the far left. Now you notice when I did that, I got some of these little hash marks. Don't worry if that happens to you, because all it means is that your column's not big enough for your numbers. And actually, I think here on the computer, if I just change and make it a little bit smaller, it fixed that. Or you can make your columns bigger. So when that happens to you, don't panic, it's okay. And then on the total row, we can do the same thing. We're going to want dollar signs there. So I'm just going to do this a little faster. I'm going to highlight everywhere else I need dollar signs through here, and then my total, my top rows, my totals, and then this net row is like a total where we want dollar signs there too. And go ahead and put our dollar signs in, okay? Now we want commas between our numbers, you know, between the hundreds and thousands, right? So to do that, we're going to highlight our second row here, because we got commas when we put the dollar signs in, but we need some commas here. So you can just go right up here and just click the comma style. And in this case, it gave us dash marks where there were zeros, and we want the zeros. And the issue is because this says accounting here. If we bring this back and we bring it back to general, then we get our dollars, our zeros back. So let's go ahead and highlight this area here in the middle where we want commas, and click on our commas. Again, let's go ahead and click on general, and that will bring our dollars back. So there we have a very nicely formatted table. Okay. One other thing you're going to need to do is, I think for some of you, you're probably finding that your you're cutting off some of your text in some of these places. Your months were probably cut off, like September is here, or November is what you're seeing on your assignments. So to fix these, there's a really, really easy way to fix them. If you bring your cursor up here where we have our column names, and you just put your cursor and you make this little double arrow right on top of one of these lines between the columns and double click it, it automatically resizes a column to be the exact size that you need. So we could go ahead and do this individually for each one of the columns, but a quicker way to do it is to just highlight the column, drag over, and then you just need to do it between one of these. And now they all fit just fine. Another thing to notice when you have your cursor up here and you click on your left mouse click, you can see the width. It tells you how many pixels it is. Sometimes you need to set these exactly. Or you can right click on your mouse and get some column width information right here. Okay, so here we go. Next thing we're going to do is make a really nice pie chart to go with this table. So watch the next video.